What is going on, everybody? It's Rock D-Lee, and we are back. Today is a Tokyo Revengers video, which I seldom do. It's not my anime of choice more often than not. But there is somebody that needs me today, and that homie is Takemichi. A lot of you guys are giving Takemichi a lot of grief that he does not deserve. And this is coming from a Takemichi critic. I'm a Takemichi critic. I'm heavy on addressing his behavior and telling him why he's wrong and why he should have chosen something better. But this is not the episode. Episode 5 of Season 3 is not the episode to criticize Takemichi. It was all of Season 1, some of Season 2, none of Season 3. So, before anybody gets at me, Takemichi is the benefactor of something called, drumroll, character development. So yes, absolutely had issues with him in Season 1, but he was being developed as a character. So it does not matter what my issue was with him. It was addressed and resolved by a fantastic writer. So I have nothing to gripe about. Now I watch Season 3 and autopilot, and whatever Takemichi does, I say, well, that makes sense. They've built him up to be this way. And in fact, I would not operate any better if I was under this scenario. So good old you, Takemichi, you're doing the best possible. People are giving him gripe because he didn't do enough to protect Emma in the most recent episode. If you haven't watched it, you cannot watch this video. Season 3, Episode 5, guys. Anyways, he did not do enough to protect Emma, and as far as I'm understanding, anime only, Emma has lost her life. He kind of put together in the last seconds that he doesn't remember if he's seen Emma, and before you know it, Kasagi's on his way to sneak her, and people think that he was just supposed to do something. I literally read a comment that they're mad that he ducked. Mad that Takemichi chose self-preservation. I can't stand people who think like this. I can't stand it. You know why? Because many people who'd have a problem with Takemichi has never volunteered for the armed forces of the nation they represent. They are not a member of the police department. So, if you have a problem with the fact that Takemichi did not sacrifice himself in that moment for Emma, I need you to verify that you are a member of the armed services or the police department or a firefighter. For bonus points, I will include anyone in the healthcare field, nurses and doctors. Because when COVID was happening, y'all was putting your life on the line. If you're not in these categories, actively shut the fuck up. If you're not in these categories, I need you to actively shut the fuck up. And I mean this with extreme prejudice. You carry on your life with no sacrifice for any other individual. You live in a box and you do no good for anybody else other than tweet online and talk about why Takemichi should sacrifice himself for another person when you yourself would never consider doing that. I'm so passionate about it. I know. I'm not sacrificing my life for anybody. I'm not sacrificing my life for you. I'm not doing it. So as a result, I peacefully shut up and I don't criticize him. When we lost Emma, I was watching the same thing y'all was watching. And I went through it for half a second because he went like this. And I was like, but Emma, you did nothing. And I was like, what the hell would I do in that situation? I got Hina back home. I gotta get back to her. I'm the only one that could potentially move back and forth through the timeline and fix anything. I'm the most important player in this game. And I would think like that even if I didn't have powers, much less actually having the power to move back and forth throughout time. Right now, we cannot exercise that power for obvious reasons. But you know who can never exercise that power? Everybody else. Well, without a grain of salt, possibly Kasagi, or someone he knows has the ability to move through time. But certainly Emma doesn't. And if she did, she's gone. So I am not going to be mad at Takemichi. I am going to 100% stand behind him on this episode. This is the episode. You know why? You, Takemichi, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. You who's hating on Takemichi, okay? Last episode, Takemichi got his ass handed to him. Somebody took his ass and said, here, on a silver platter, like it's Thanksgiving. He got it handed to him. He was willing to die for any and everybody. We already know that about Takemichi, but he's not that smart. Takemichi is not a very smart person. So why am I going to get mad at him for doing exactly what's within his position, within his station? He's not smart. So I don't expect smart things. He's not, I don't care what any of you guys say, he's not dumb. He's just not the brightest. He's not the sharpest tool. If I'm looking to cut something, I don't get a Takemichi. He's not the sharpest tool in the toolbox. If I'm looking to hammer something, I get a Takemichi. He has a thick head and he hammers the hell into anybody's fist. I get a Takemichi to hammer, I get a blade, I get a Mikey to cut. I don't know anyone smart in Takemichi. I get Kasagi to cut. Unfortunately, Kasagi's on the other team, so we cannot rely on him. So there's no point as a community in giving Takemichi any credit. This is the only Takemichi video I've ever made on this channel. I don't think this is the episode to give him a hard time. That was all in season 1. We already know by season 3 that he's doing everything he can. We can no longer jump back and forth throughout time and use all the Houdini tricks that we know of. He is not expecting Emma to be snuck because she is not an active gang member, so he doesn't think about her. He's thinking about Draken, Mikey, Baji. He's thinking about actual gangsters. Kasagi did something so underhanded that Takemichi couldn't fathom it until the last minute, and by the time he did, he couldn't act. And the last time he saw Kasagi, Kasagi was trying to kill him. So naturally, Takemichi defended himself, instinctually. And even if he didn't defend himself, what is he going to do? He's not a fighter. What is he going to do? Die. If Takemichi dies, the whole story is over. Sometimes a player has to realize they are so important that they cannot self-sacrifice. They are the most important player on the board. Go back to Attack on Titan. Eren, not Erwin, Eren cannot self-sacrifice too early in the season. He is the key player. I want to explain it. Erwin can self-sacrifice. Why? Not a key player. You're very smart, but not a key player. Could you argue that he is? Absolutely. But doesn't have a Titan. Not a Titan shifter. Doesn't matter in the long run. And that's very debatable. I think I've gotten everything off my chest. Now that that's addressed, I want to talk to you guys about my favorite character in the show. But even I know now is not the right time to talk about my favorite character. But I will say, one thing I appreciate about the last episode is they're finally doing real gangster stuff. My problem with season 1 is they kept talking about all this kumbaya, not using weapons. You guys say you're a gang. I'm not going to go too far in that, but somebody in this show has finally realized that they are a gang and they are doing gang things. So I'm fully excited about whatever the next episode has to offer. The show is getting dark and there will be sadness, and I am excited for it because this makes a good show. There will be loss, we will lose characters who are important to us. But again, this is a show about gangsters, and now they are doing gangster things. Takemichi This is not the episode to attack him. That at that time is past. Things have gotten real, and he is doing the best he can. He's not expecting people to sneak women. He's not expecting that. He's a good person. He has a good heart. People of good hearts cannot fathom that. There's an anime that I'm watching where perverted things happen, and all of sex, perverted nudity, anything indecent has been removed from the society. The virgins in that time period cannot fathom the sexual innuendos that are present because their minds are just not like that. So they have to get a dirty expert to put this shit together. I would put it together. I would say, I think that's a sexual innuendo because I am disgusting and I have to pay that price. Takemichi is like that. He is not disgusting, so he cannot fathom what the hell is going on. He's not a heinous, dangerous, violent individual. He does not have that in his bone. So when people plan on attacking innocent women, girls, or people not even affiliated with the gangs, he cannot fathom that because he's a good person. I don't know how much time to have to ring in this same point. Good people have a hard time fathoming the evil that exists in the world. That's why you need people like me. I can fathom. I'm the balance. I'm not good. Nah, I think I'm borderline good. I'm not going to do any harm. But I'm sure as heck not an evil person. It's just that I can fathom that. And even something like Apothecary Diaries episode 4, you'll see my good-heartedness and my co-reactors, they assume the worst. They are trash, but I love them. Now I have to change the way I articulate. Hey, you can't come into this video because you'll demonetize it and it'll be meant for kids. I guess I'm not that bad because I know enough to. Was that money oriented? What does it matter what it was motivated for? The point is, Takemichi cannot fathom evil. He did the best he can, and you have to realize that his whole character has been about. He left this. He became a neat shut and wasn't doing much. His mind is not evolved. His experiences are not involved. When you don't have many experiences to pull from, I don't know how to articulate that, but it prevents you from connecting the dots at key moments. Because with experience, like, you do that. He can't really do that. Now, I will admit, in that episode, why a lot of you are frustrated is he did imply that he remembers Emma's not going to be there, which means he expects her something to happen. That does not mean he expects her to die right then and there. He just knows that something is going to happen. We, the audience, saw Kasagi and Emma's brother talking, so we have that perception. Takemichi does not. So we had a little bit more to go on, knowing damn well that Kasagi is showing up to sneak Emma. Takemichi does not. Takemichi is like, yo, I don't think Emma's going to be here. Kasagi is going to sneak her. That's one compartment. Compartment 2, damn, Kasagi's here. Now he's going to sneak me. Damn, it's Emma. I just put it together. I should have known. That's what he did. Does that make sense? I think Emma's in danger. That's something to look out for. Oh, he's out to get me. Dang it. He took Emma. I just thought of it. I knew it. I just put it together. How did I screw up? That's Takemichi. I'm done. I'm very done. Had a good video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this demonstration represents properly. Until next time, I'm Rocky Lee. I'm active on Twitter. I'm active on Instagram. We have your boy Rock Lee Gaming. We have the Top 10 channel that is booming right now. I thank anyone who subscribes to both of those channels. If you're new to this side of things, I also do reactions on your boy Rock Lee with the crew. Anyways, later.